Cruising in my lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, ha, not fucking likely. I be taking shots, yeah, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, run it up when they hype me. The following grows, they know how to ignite me. Call me CEO, I've been running shit right, see. And I ain't playing games, I create my own lane, making pleasure out of pain.
G'day and welcome back to the channel Ginger Ninja's Movie Reviews. I am the Ginger Ninja and these are my movie reviews. If you're new to my channel, thank you very much for tuning in, stopping by and checking it out. It is truly appreciated, and if you could hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel for future content, be much appreciated. To my returning viewers, thank you for sticking with me as we get to the end of the first Franchise Friday with Phantasm Ravager. Now, this film came out in 2016. It's very recent, and we do have a bit of a change in direction. The previous director, doncoscarelli, did not direct this film. It is done by David Hartman. The film stars all your mainstays: Michael Baldwin, Reggiebannister, Bill Thornbury, angusscrimm. We do have a few new faces in this one: Dawn Cody, Daniel Roebuck, but we also have some returning faces. We have Kathy Lester, who was in the original Phantasm, and we have fan favourite Gloria Lynn Henry returning as Rocky. So, the plot of this film, it's a final installment of the long-running series, but it's also the most confusing. So, we're going to get straight into it, and if you have not seen this film, I am throwing this out there. As I do with all of them, there will be spoilers ahead. If you haven't seen it, you've been warned. Now, this film takes fans of the cult classic horror franchise on a surreal and nostalgic journey through the bizarre world created by doncoscarelli. As this is the fifth and final installment in the Phantasm series, the film delivers a mix of horror, sci-fi and fantasy elements that both honour the legacy of the previous films but also introduce some new twists to the narrative. So first up, we're going to look at the cast, and the performances from the cast, look, especially from Reggiebannister and the late angusscrimm, are commendable. Like, they honestly are. This is some of their finest work. Bannister's portrayal of Reggie showcases the character's vulnerability and determination to a level that we haven't seen before. And part of that is due to his character being located in multiple places of time and space. At one point, he is walking in the desert. He's, from the ending of Phantasm 4, so he's quite pissed off. Then it flashes forward to he's in a palliative care. He's got dementia, early onset dementia. So it shows a different side of him there. And then it changes again. And he's confused because he's flashing back and forth like he doesn't know what's real. Again, that's real journey of this character, the surreal atmosphere, it all combines. And it is fantastic. Like, it is top shelf performance from Reggiebannister. angusscrimm, in his final performance as the tallman, is chilling, and he brings an enigmatic presence to the screen. He really does embody the iconic antagonist that we've come to know and love, with a mix of menace and sophistication. This is one horror icon I cannot picture anyone else playing. It would take a real something. If this ever got remade, yeah, I don't know who they would get for the tallman, but they would have to be they would have to be damn good. That's all I can say. Look, as they appear in this final installment, you can see that both have an appreciation for the franchise and really throw everything into these roles. And of course, you've got the Cuda. I love the Cuda, but this one is decked out in its post-apocalyptic armor and it looks sweet. Okay, so with the new director taking the helm, the style of shooting is abundantly apparent. There is a different look to the way the film is shot in certain angles that separates from Coscarelli's previous work. It is this combination of Coscarelli's vision and Hartman's direction that does add a unique flavour to the film, and it does quite work in the overall franchise. It does stand out quite a bit, but it still works. The plot is intentionally fragmented, and it maintains the signature elements that have defined the whole series, you know, with its surreal and nightmarish atmosphere, which really comes into the fore with some of the cinematography that's used in this. Like, well, that scene, for instance. How is that not nightmarish? The tallman, just hundreds, thousands of him. That's pretty good. But there are these jumps in time and space that can be really confusing and disorienting, and it does take away from the overall story. And some of those cut scenes are very jarring. Takes you out of it completely. Now, that could be the editing, it could have been the writing, I don't know, but it does make it a bit of a challenge to follow for those that are unfamiliar with the series. Hell, even if you're familiar with the series, it's hard to take it all in because so much is happening. It's so non-linear, it just jumps and jumps and jumps, and you never know when it's going to jump back. That's the thing. Now on to the effects. Look, the lower budget is evident in some of the visual effects, which may not meet the expectations of viewers accustomed to modern CGI, or with the previous films' use of physical effects over CGI. Previous films had relied on the physical effects and used CGI as it came more and more apparent. With they used a little bit in 3, they used a little bit more in 4, but here it's everywhere, like it really is. But that's due to not physical effects. Well, actually no, the cost of physical effects would have hampered, but also the modest budget, that also factored into it as well. CGI was getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. Physical effects, the use of them, the time it took to do them, cost more and more and more. So, now that's not to say the physical effects that are used here, they're solid work. They are a good mix of practical and CGI. However, there are a lot of points where the CGI is so heavy-handed, it's jarring. The film attempts very ambitious visual concepts, delving into surreal and dreamlike sequences, and some may find these visually intriguing, others might feel that the execution falls short of the intended impact, which I know I did. Rewatchability. It's the final installment of a franchise that has spanned 4 decades, so you want them to send it off right. And look, this film isn't the best in the series. It's definitely does not end the franchise on a high note either. Now, it's not one that I'll grab and watch like I would with 2 and 3, like I mentioned before, but it's both a continuation and a potential conclusion to the Phantasm saga. Fans invested in the series may appreciate the attempt to provide closure to the long-standing story arcs. However, it's also leaves it open, which is frustrating. Yeah, it's a very divisive, to say the least, film, but overall, this film is a film that caters primarily to fans of the Phantasm series, and it offers a mix of nostalgia and surreal storytelling with ambitious visuals thrown in. The film attempts to provide that closure for the long-running saga, but its unconventional narrative and budgetary constraints, it limits its appeal to a broader audience. It may not be the perfect cinematic experience by any stretch of the imagination. However, its commitment to the essence of the series and the emotional weight it carries make it a very notable and worthwhile addition to the Phantasm legacy. Overall, it's a fitting ending to a cult classic that has left an indelible mark on the genre. Overall, for a score, I would give this one a 6 out of 10. So there you have it. We have finally finished the Phantasm franchise. Now, like I said, this one it's no one's favourite. I don't think it's anyone's favourite. You know, it's not the worst. So I know it gets a lot of hate, but I definitely don't think it's the worst. Well, it probably is. Out of the franchise overall, it's probably the lowest one I would rate, but it's still a decent addition to the franchise, and I love the work that they put into this entire franchise. So kudos to them. I want to say thank you to the filmmakers of this entire series: doncoscarelli, Reggie-Bannister, Michael Baldwin, the actors, the cast, the crew. They all contribute to making this franchise what it is, and that is fantastic. So thank you. Anyway, that's enough. I do want to look at some of the theories that I have about this franchise. Was Reggie dreaming all along? You know, that is heavily hinted at. This could have been a delusion all along. Jebediah, you know, we see in the fourth one that he travels into that other dimension and then comes back with a sphere and looking very different, looking like the tallman. What happened there? Yeah, there's so many theories I would like to look into and discuss. So maybe I'll do that on a live stream. Who knows? Might hit up a couple of people. You know, go from there. But anyway, look, thank you very much for sticking with me as we go through Franchise Fridays. We do have a new franchise kicking off next week, so stick around for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. That is a very, very divisive series as well. So yeah, anyway, it'll be fun. But thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please do hit that thumbs up button. It'd be much appreciated. Of course, subscribing to my channel and hitting that notification bell so you're notified every time I do release a new video is always great. I do have my Trashy Tuesdays. Of course, I've got my 60-second reviews as well. Have a look at them, check them out. But let's get to 1K. Thanks very much for watching. Have a great day. Bye. Thank you for sticking with me as we get to the end of the first of my Franchise Fridays with Phantasm Ravager. What the fuck?